So we are at Hains Point, East Potomac Park. I can't believe I walked on this course and already there's some shit. I can't believe this guy pulled me off the course in favor of somebody who was late for their tee time. I was on the tee box, he pulled me off. So why is there always some shit? Seriously. Anyway, so this is a nice looking course today. We're having a beautiful day today. Pulled me off, seriously, pulled me off the box. Alright, crescent right on the first hole. And I'm looking at about 460 there, out there. Alright, coming out the second shot. Dead left off 18. How about that? I got to say something about this. 420, number 2. Slight crescent to the left with greens. Sorry, sand traps to the front of the green on the left side. And some severe waste on the right. Here we are on the right side. About 15 degrees left and straight that trap past the 150 marker. It was already 200 out. Alright, so we have a really long green here. It pins way back in the back. So this is, you're looking at 3. This is 596 from the blues. And one of the few holes in this course which I don't think you see too many 16-yard par 5s. This is one of the few in the area. Oh, 225, 300 up. And the key to this is to stay in the green. Stay on the short stuff very hard. And we are luckily to be here on a 4 is a 175 and the back tee's par 3. Going into number 5. I think it's 5. Yeah, this is 400 to the maybe 380 up to your par 4. 6 for 550, right? Yep. Nice it is out here today. It is a lovely 75 degrees, maybe 70. Nice low humidity. Well, maybe humidity, but cool. So this guy behind me that somehow lost his ball. He just hit one. I thought sure he was up by the green. And he must have done something ugly with it. So, no, 7. And then par 3 after that, and then a par 4. Was it dogleg? A little bit of a crescent. Probably about 380, number 4. So there used to be a big tree hanging over that green. It's gone. Got hit by lightning about 5 years ago and fell off. So now we're going to drop in here for the trees. 190, 170, 210 par 3 from the back here. Number 8, straight away. Alright, last one. Stay in play here. I have enough to do the back with this battery, so we're going to have to get a spare from my jacket. And then we're going to shell that clubhouse here since we're out there past the 150 marker. Hains is a lot like a driving range for me. It's just a little bit too easy, too wide open. And we are sitting at looking number 11, and I'm about to run out of battery power here. So this is going to be a short look at the course. This is 18 coming back up here. We're going to run out of battery power in a second. The guy sells me a walk-up ticket. I walk up to the starter on the course. I say, hey, look, I'm walking on. Here's my walk-on ticket. And he goes, okay, so sure enough, don't really worry about it. He says I'm, going to be in the third group going off. I'm just chilling out, right? So we get on the on deck, literally. The 3 of us are on deck to go out. And it is like 5 of 2 or something like that. And this guy walks up, I have a 150 tee time. And he looks at me and goes, oh, wait a minute, guys. We're going to have to, sorry, you're going to have to wait a minute. Guys got a tee time. We got to let him play. And I'm like, what? And I said, why? And he says, this guy has a 150 tee time, so we have to make you wait so that he plays his tee time. And I said, he missed his tee time. And the guy goes, oh, and then he starts getting nervous, okay? Then he runs over and he talks to another guy, another at the starter shack, and he consults with him, and he comes back over to me, and he's like, don't worry, we'll get you out, all this kind of stuff, and he's like trying to play it off or something, and he goes, don't worry, we'll get you out, I'll get you out, if not the next group after them or the group after them. And we're sitting out there, I've already been sitting out there for half an hour, course is open, there's times open, and this asshole has pulled me off the tee to let somebody come up on the course who's late, like 10 minutes late for their tee time. He wants to pull me out of the course so that he plays. I have never ever seen anyone who's on the tee to let somebody who's missed their tee time have a round and then make them wait. And we were going to have to, I didn't know how long we were going to wait, but I figured it'd be at least half an hour. I'm already on the tee and this asshole pulls me off the tee. That's why you have a wait list, so that if people miss their tee time, you fill in their spot with someone on the wait list. So anyway, long story short story more interesting. He spends the next 30 minutes trying to be Mr. Cheerful, but basically that's not how we do things here, is what he's saying. I have never seen anyone walk up for their tee time when a starter is sitting there, they're doing tee times, there are people there at the course, they're sitting around waiting, trying to get on the course, 9 times out of 10, you don't show up for your time 20 minutes ahead of your time, they will put someone else in your time. They will move a twosome up or something like that into your slot. I have never ever seen anyone show up late for a tee time and still get out there and play in front of people who have been sitting there waiting for a half an hour to play. Never have I seen that. And I would just, and he was just trying to goof around and joke around and play around with that. And I was like, I was just burned, pissed that he had done this. So this is how we start the day. Now, don't get me wrong. The course, it was really nice. The course was in great condition. I've never seen Hains in that good a condition, or East Potomac Park, whatever you want to call it. And I ended up playing with a bunch of guys who were really cool guys. And we went out and we had fun and had a good round. And unfortunately, I didn't have enough juice to record the back. But let me tell you something. I have plenty of shots in the front that are in this video. And ultimately, the front of the course was in good condition, nice and dry. They let the rough grow up in certain places, like off to the right here on the other side of that path. And it was unusually good condition for that course, and I'm glad I played it because I saw the course really at its best, I think. And certainly on the front side it was nice, and on the back side it was even better. And I'm really sorry I didn't have any videos of the back side, but it was the typical 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 series of holes, 16, 17, 18 that Hains is famous for in the blue course, except they were lush and just green and long, and the leaves were out, and everything was just perfect. The only time I've ever seen it better is like when number 14 has cherry blossoms in like March and April, and you go down there and that whole corner is full of cherry blossoms. It's really nice. So I really didn't complain about playing that course at all, except for what happened with the starter. It was just total bullshit, and you see this kind of nonsense happening on occasion when you go to a golf course. Is sometimes you go to a course, there will be people there who don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they will fuck the whole fucking thing up, honestly. And people walking over to the adjacent fairway at Hains is a fairly common problem, especially in the first few holes. Anyway, so Hains was a great round, and I would say the course was in tip-top condition, except for the fact that they had some parts of it that were under repair. Between the 12th green and the 13th tee box was under repair, and I think that was the only part of the course that was not in great condition. So I didn't have any complaints at all. It was even worth $35 to play it on a weekday, on a weekend. Really enjoyed the round, but there were two things that stood out. One was the fact that this starter guy was clueless, literally, and second, that it was Saturday, Memorial Day weekend, and the whole park, everywhere around there were people playing music and dancing and singing and yelling and screaming, and motorcycles and cars and boats and planes. There was a lot of noise around the park. That's kind of like how Hains is during the summer on the weekends anyway, so it wasn't too surprising. Okay, fine. So I thought about it, and I was like sitting here, I booked the tee time, and I was sitting here looking over my images from the round, and I realized, I didn't have any shots of the backside, and I wouldn't mind going down there and checking out the hotties again, but to be honest, I didn't want to deal with that staff again. I just didn't want to deal with them. So I called back and I canceled my tee time, and I told him, I said, look, I'm canceling because you guys are just a bunch of rude assholes. Thank you and have a good afternoon. And I'm serious. It's not a bad course. I just don't want to deal with them anymore. So that's that. So I went online and I got some pictures from Flickr or whatever. And so you see a couple of shots of the backside. I think one of them is of number 16 and so forth. The backside is actually very nice. No question about it. The course is actually pretty nice, especially when it's not a lot of a-holes running around the course making a lot of noise on the street around the course. But the staff was really enough to take me out of going down there and playing it again, especially when there are other courses I haven't played in the area that I want to play. There are other courses that I've played in the area before that I want to play again.